So I'll quickly start with the interview. Sir, my first question is, first question would be about yourself. Since you've been associated with the education sector since many years, so what keeps you in this sector? Like, what is your motivation to be associated with education? So, what does it inspires you?
Uh, if you see that for last 20 years, I am associated with the education sector, and my past experience is with the top of the engineering institute or universities.
Okay.
What I feel and what I saw that quality education is still required in the technical education, and if I see that in the technical education, there is a lot of work need to be done. Right now, I am working as a director of this government institute for the last 2 years, and I'm working hard to establish state-of-art infrastructure in the institutes. As you know that this institute is located in Kumayu region in the Champavat district in Uttarakhand, and it has been established as an institute of Uttarakhand Technical University by the government of Uttarakhand in 2016. There are few engineering colleges which are established by the government of Uttarakhand in last few years, out of which this is the newest engineering college established in 2016. Even last year, this college got the most promising new engineering college award by the government, and my experience lies with many of the top universities and institutes which I am trying to incorporate or introduce over here, because what we see in the government institute that these are the government institutes, and there is there is a problem of facilities. But since my joining, I tried my best to provide the best quality education to our students, whether it is right now running the online mode or previously it was the offline mode, as well as if we see the training and placement concern, we are providing the training and placement to our students with the good number of companies. This time, our first batch is going to be pass out from the institute, and around 50% placement we have done even in the lockdown period for the students. And we have committed to our pass out students that we will provide the placement assistant till December 2020. Okay. So this is our commitment. So you cannot say that these are the government institutes and there is nobody to take care. We are taking care more than any engineering institutes in the state. So this is one of the you can say the main motive in respect of the students, and the motivation which I see that in the as a director, I have a lot of opportunity to incorporate new things in the institutes. For example, by the NPIU, which is a division of the MHRD, last year they have announced this institute as the research hub for the Kumayu region of Uttarakhand state. And the purpose is that all the researchers from this Kumayu region, they can come over here and do their research work. And for that purpose, we have established state-of-art computing facilities and different kind of labs, including surveying lab, advanced fluid mechanics lab, thermodynamics labs, material science labs, and many other machineries we have introduced in respect of the research, so that the students and the researchers who are studying in this area, they can come and get the facility. Similarly, in the Garhwal region of Uttarakhand, we established the similar research hub in Dehradun, in the university campus itself. So these are the two research hubs which were announced by the NPIU last year to promote the research activities through these government institutes. So this is another main agenda of our institute, not only to focus on our students, but also the students who are studying in nearby areas. We are also trying to catch that students and build a team so that we can work in a team and do something fruitful to the society.
Okay.
And in that aspect, I have also connected some of the other institutes like Polytechnic, ITI, and degree colleges in these regions, with which we are trying to collaborate and join hand in terms of improving the quality of education, not for only our students, but also for the students for the other institutes. So this is another you can say the motive of this institute to cater other adjacent institutes in that facility.
Sure, sir. Great to hear that. Now this brings me to my next question. So every leader has his own style of leadership. So what do you, as a director of the institute, like what kind of leadership style do you have? Like how do you manage the fellow professors around you, or be the students? So like what is your leadership style when you joined as a director of the institute?
Because this is a new institute, and right now we are offering a BTech program in mechanical and civil engineering only. However, we have the permission to start other branches as well. But this institute was started with these two courses. So in that respect, we don't have much number of students. We are not focusing on the numbers, we are focusing on the quality. So in that respect, you can say that I can count all these students on my fingertips, and most of the time I am connected with them. Even after this meeting, I have a meeting with all my students to get this feedback about the online classes which we are running right now. So my first agenda is that to get the feedback from the students, what they want, what they want to be, and what is their main requirement, which we can fulfill, not only in terms of the academics, but from the other point of view. That's why we are not only focusing on the placement activities, we are also focusing on the startup activities. And I would like to mention over here that for last 2 years, our institute has been nominated as a nodal center for this Champavat region for the startup activities, and we have conducted several boot camp, not only our students but for other students as well, who have participated in the boot camp and the startup activities, and they have selected for the grand finale of Uttarakhand Startup Yatra. So this is our motive, that our students should not see only the jobs, but they should have the capability to have their own venture. So in that aspect, we promote and support the students. As a leader, I try my best that how I can give my best support to my students, my faculty members, my staffs. That is the priority, so that they can have the freedom and liberty to show their capability as much as possible. This is the another you can say the main point from my side. Besides it, you can see that we used to conduct the parents meeting in the campus. Here we also get the feedback from the parents as a stakeholders, so that what they would like to see from our side, and what kind of support they are looking from the institute for the better career and prospects of the students. So these are the things we are trying, and I hope that our students, they are performing well, and many of the campus placements, I got the feedback from the industries that these students are showing better performance, and they are capable for the industry requirements.
Sure, sir.
This is the achievements
Sure.
of the institute.
Yeah. So this brings to me, there has been a debate about the kind of education being offered in India and in foreign countries, especially the Western countries, the US, and the new education policy coming where we're trying to set up tie-ups with foreign university. So what is your view on this gap between Indian universities and foreign universities? How this gap can be bridged? And what, as an institute, like what vision do you have going ahead in future, that how can we bridge this gap to bring India at par at a global education level?
Definitely, your point is right. In this respect, we have signed the MOUs, not with the foreign universities, but with the Indian universities, like UPS. You know that one of the best private universities. I am also associated with that universities as a professor over there. So that's why we have signed the MOU with that universities, as well as we have signed the MOU with the ICFA universities. Besides it, we have signed the MOU with the industries as well. So these are some of the MOUs we have started with for promoting and getting the collaboration in terms of the joint collaboration, so that our students can jointly work with the students of these universities and can also get the you can say the feedback or you can say the support from these organizations. So in terms, we have started signing the MOUs with the universities, and about the foreign universities, very soon we are trying that we will sign the MOU with the foreign universities, because right now our classes are going in the online mode. So it is very necessary that if we sign the MOU with the foreign universities, we can get the you can say the support from the foreign universities in terms of the online lectures and the other part for jointly conducting the project work of our students with the other universities. So in this respect, we are looking forward, and very soon you will be able to hear that we have signed the MOUs with the other top-notch foreign universities. So in that respect, we are trying and working. Yes, sir.
Sure. Sir, now this brings me to my next question. So going ahead, like what kind of challenges do you see in higher education, be it the immediate challenge or be it the challenge of the COVID, which has brought in a totally different angle to education? I mean, students are changing their preference. They wish to go for a course which is, more reliable for them in terms of placement, and which they think that it is more relevant today. So, like, what is your take on the challenges faced in the higher education in India?
Sir, if I say about the COVID-19, so the challenges which we face that this is a government institute and the students, they are not from a very rich background. So that's why when suddenly this COVID-19 started, at that time it was a challenge to conduct the online classes. And due to the poor background, most of the students, they don't have the facilities like laptop and the iPad, you can say, and they are having mobile phones only, and that is not up to that marking which can be able to handle 4 or 6 hours classes daily. So that was a main challenge, how we will organize these online classes and how we can give the best support to our students, because these type of, you can say, the gadgets, that's the main issue, because it's a government institute and the students who apply and get admission, they don't have very rich background. So that was another challenge which we have faced trying in the online classes. In that respect, what we have done, we have organized YouTube lectures. We asked our faculty members, rather than conduct the online classes always, you record your lectures and upload on the YouTube, so that students can see your lectures anytime, whenever they have the proper support and internet connectivity. So these are the some challenges which we have faced in Corona period. But however, we have handled very well, and our students, they have completed their course in time. So these were the things which we have faced, but we have handled it beautifully with the support of our faculty members.
Sure, great, sir. So now I come to the final question. What is your vision of the institute, say going ahead in say in 10 years? Like, how do you see the institute? Where does it stand in next 10 years? What kind of courses, or be it in terms of infrastructure, campus? Like, what vision do you have in mind for the college, which you would like to see?
I see that in the next 10 years, our students which are passing out from here, they should not look for the jobs. They should establish their own startup. That is a priority. Sorry for that. And that's why we are promoting our students that if you need any support, if you need financial support, you need space, we are ready to provide in our campus to start a startup or any kind of venture. And that's why recently, few days back, I have a discussion with the startup team of Uttarakhand that we should establish this area as a mini as the mini Sitkul. You know about the Sitkul areas where government support give the many facilities to establish the industries. So I have suggested to build this area as a mini Sitkul so that some kind of ancillary industries can be established to support the main industries. So that is my vision, that our students should work in that aspect, and our institute not only provide the education but also support the government and the industry to provide better services and solutions. So this is my vision, and that's respect we are working, and we are also working on some of the projects in the social cause where we can give these projects to a society and cater the society in well manner. So in that respect, we are trying that this institute not only be established as a technical institute for the education, but also as a supporting institute to the industry and the society in the future.
Sure. So, that's it from my side. Thank you so much for your time. We got to know a lot about your institute and about how higher education is shaping up in India. So, thanks a lot, sir, for your time. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.